Hey, and welcome back to Real Housewife Recaps. Today I'm covering Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, Season 10, Episode 9, Until We Leave Again. Okay, let's talk about it. You guys, I am really trying to be positive here. It personally bugs me if I'm into a show and I hear like a podcast say, oh, I don't like it. So I'm not going to do that. Well, maybe just a little bit, but I really want to know your thoughts. What do you think of this season? I am really trying to stay positive. I've loved this show in the past. But guys, I got to be honest. I don't think we have anything here. I'm scared we're hanging all the drama on what's coming up with Denise and with Brandy. And do we have anything here? Do you think that actually was anything? I don't know. I don't know. I think taking a couple weeks off and then coming back to this episode made me look at it a different way. Like, I don't know if this is going to be a good season. I hate to say that. What do you guys think? I just felt like there were some forced moments in this episode, and we'll get into it as the episode goes along. So that's where these feelings are coming from. So to start out, we're coming back into this show after a couple weeks off. We came back into New York after a couple weeks off, and we see two of their at-home looks. So that was interesting because they only had Kyle and Denise with their at-home confessional looks, because of quarantine and stuff. I assume, we'll see the others probably starting in the next episode or two, but what are your thoughts? So I think that they did a much better job on sound in Beverly Hills than they did in New York. If you watch New York, you'll notice the sound is really strange when they film from home. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the at-home looks? It's hard because Denise always looks gorgeous. I don't love this look on Kyle. I think it's too much makeup, too much pink. It's not. I think she's a beautiful woman, and this just does not show that off. Okay, so it's been a couple weeks, so let's refresh on the last episode. We ended with that weirdo party at Kyle's house with the kids, and Denise did not bring her kids, so that was a whole thing. Aaron was being such a dick and talking over and mansplaining, and there's all that. So this episode picks up with Rinna out in the front talking with Denise and Aaron. Denise says that she's pissed, while Kyle, Garcelle, and Erika talk about how awfully Aaron spoke to them all. Denise does tell Lisa that she's upset with her from Santa Barbara, and Aaron says he needs a steak. So Denise says that they're going to go to get a steak and go to a strip club. Lisa Rinna says it's the effing Twilight Zone. So we see Rinna literally running back to tell the group, saying how weird it was. The group's talking about how he was acting holier than thou. But nothing was really discussed or resolved, and they're just dragging this part out a little bit. So, of course, Kyle has to take the opportunity and do some splits, as Kyle does every single season ever. The ladies are dancing around, pole dancing, being silly. I was waiting for that tent pole to fall. I know that's mean, but I thought I thought it'd add some interest if that thing fell down. We see Teddi at her sonogram with a family. Congrats on the new baby. You're still really boring. We see Garcelle packing for her new house. We go over to Sutton's store. We see that she's going to have a special trunk show a couple nights, and Rinna is there to talk to her, and she tries on this gown, and while the price is absolutely bonkers, that's a beautiful dress. I actually loved it. I hate to say that because it is insanely expensive, but it's beautiful, and I thought Rinna looked fantastic. So, of course, she felt the need to prance around on the street and have a moment. I feel like a lot of this episode were these weird filler parts with this scene and the pole dancing, and even, I was glad to see Kim back, and we'll get into that, but even the Kyle waiting on Kim was just filler. which sucks. And that's what makes me think we don't have a good season, because they've been gone for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, however long it's been. And they're coming back with this. It felt like a Frankenstein episode. So to further prove that theory, we have a scene here with Dorit. She is meeting with her closet designer. As previously discussed, Dorit and PK got a new house. She doesn't love the closet, or doesn't have one, don't know. They're redecorating it, remodeling it, making it fancy. And it's revealed that Dorit has 259 pairs of shoes, and her closet can fit 256 pairs of shoes. So they're talking about how the closet already feels small. If you could see my eyes, they're rolling into the back of my head. Now, one thing I'll say on this, I did see on Twitter she was getting a ton of hate. Even Eden Sassoon was calling her out, like saying it's ridiculous. And it is kind of ridiculous to have that many pairs of shoes. But I will say, here's my thinking. Okay. I watch this show for the ridiculousness sometimes. I don't want to see somebody that's like me that buys a pair of flip-flops from Target. I want to see somebody that has 259 pairs of shoes. Would I ever do that? No, probably not. But I'll watch it. So I don't hate this. And I don't know, I like real estate porn. And so this is my real estate porn. So that's my thought on that. So Kim's back. Kim came back, and that girl is just a nut. She's fun to watch. She's, of course, we know about her past. I always think about where she was spraying, was it deodorant into her mouth because she thought it was a breath spray? Oh, Kim. It took her about a week, I think she said, to figure that out. And this is where Kyle bugs me, because Kyle always has to have anxiety about everything. We see this weird scene with Kim and Kyle, and Kyle's driving erratically. I don't know. I just thought the whole thing felt really fake and staged, and kind of an adventure for her and Kim to get into. So Kim's going to have surgery. They explain it. She explains it as one of her boobs deflated. So she's getting a lift, and she's getting her implants taken out. Then we see Aaron and Denise. They're teaching Denise's daughter, Sammy, who's 15, how to drive. Then we have Rinna and Erika. They're going to get this EMS sculpting done. So I don't know about you, but when I see housewives do procedures like this, I'm always very curious, especially since we're stuck inside. And yeah, so I looked it up. I was very curious. I mean, how much does it cost? What's the deal? So this costs, according to Google, the price varies depending on where you are, but they said usually you get 4 treatments over 2 weeks, and it can cost between $3,000 and $4,000. Whoa. And to make it even worse, how long does EMS sculpting last? It says it is not permanent. It may last on average for 6 months or more. Wow. So there's that. I am kind of obsessed when Rinna showed the results. She looked fantastic, but seriously, that's a crap load of money. So we see Erika getting this done. She's having it done on her tummy. Muscle contractions are happening. Erika makes a joke about marrying the plastic surgeon. And Rinna says to the doctor, well, you are her type. And producers asked Rinna what Erika's type was, and Rinna says, old, rich, and bald. And I thought that was pretty funny. Rinna has her butt done, which I do have to say she has a fantastic butt. I'm a little bit jealous, but that's a little bit much to have on the screen. Wow. Anyway, so we go back to Kyle, who is seeing Kim before her surgery. We got Garcelle working on the move. She reveals that she does have a date on Friday night, so she's asking the nanny to come back to watch the boys. And then we go over to Sutton's. So it's time for Sutton's trunk show event, whatever the heck's going on at Sutton's. So Dorit arrives, and I tell you, Dorit's my favorite this season. I'm surprised to hear myself say that, but she is. It's Housewives. Every season I change. This season it's Dorit that I like. So she's looking at jewelry. She starts talking to this guy, and she reveals that she went to Italy after college and was offered, I believe it was like a 6-month internship job, something like that, and ended up staying on for 10 years because of the guy. She stayed with him, had a broken engagement, ended up moved to New York, and that's when she met PK. So that's pretty cool. It's interesting to see more of her life story. It's also interesting to see how much her looks change all the time. Just saying. We have a very funny scene of when Teddi arrives. Thank goodness this was a very little Teddi episode, so yay for that. Sutton takes a look at her and makes the funniest face to camera. And Sutton says, maybe I can help Teddi with some style choices. Kyle talks a little bit about a party she's having. It looks like it'll be aired in the next episode. She invited 230 people. 130 are coming and 100 have not RSVP'd. She talked about previous years where she's had her white party, which is so stupid. I hate wearing white, just a personal choice. But this year it's going to be black and white. Wow, how avant-garde, Kyle. So then Denise and Aaron arrive, and then it all starts. So Aaron's talking about the numerology of the sign. I don't know. The girls are at the table together. They show up. It's awkward. Especially coming off that last interaction with everybody. And of course, Denise decides that's the time to go to the bathroom. So she really awkwardly leaves Aaron there with all the girls. Kyle's face says a lot here. Erika calls out Aaron on the other night. Erika says that he spoke down to them. Erika to camera says, can we look in the mirror and face ourselves? Yeah, MFer, I can face myself. Can you? They call him out for his belittling. Erika says he was mansplaining to them. That's about the time when Denise comes back to them arguing. Aaron says he's done with the conversation. Erika to camera says, you're trying to intimidate me and it's not going to work. Aaron says, you keep poking the bear, which I thought was a weird sentence. Teddi brings up Denise calling her a shit effing stirrer. So about that time, Denise says that they need to go. Denise says she doesn't want a scene caused at Sutton's event. Here's where, I like Denise. I do. And, I go back and forth, but I do like Denise. I don't like that she keeps leaving. I just don't. I mean, I'm going to call Kyle out. She did the same thing. I don't think a housewife should just be able to get up and leave like that. And it keeps happening with her. Stay, fight your battles, figure it out, whatever. But it just, truthfully, it doesn't make for as interesting TV when they get up and leave. I don't think. So Dorit is up and trying to talk to them about it. And she's trying to get them to not walk away. Denise says that she's not upset. Yeah, right. Dorit says that Denise isn't listening and she's looking for an excuse to leave. And that's exactly what it is. I think Dorit's spot on this one. Kyle says they don't want to talk about anything that pertains to them. So that's how the episode ends. Kind of a whimper, I thought. So next week we see Garcelle pitching a script, and I'm just jealous because Garcelle looks gorgeous and everything, even glasses. Not fair. Kyle's getting ready for a party. Oh, Kyle. It's Rinna versus Denise. It's Camille versus Teddi. And Brandy shows up. So I am looking forward to that. I really want to see if this Brandy thing is anything. I hope I'm wrong, you guys. I hope it is something, but I have the feeling it's just going to be a weird, maybe miscommunication. I don't know. So we'll see. Tell me what your thoughts are and let me know if you're digging this season or not so much, or if you're excited about next week's episode. Let me know what your thoughts are. Well, that is it for me. I so appreciate you watching. I also cover Real Housewives of New York and Below Deck Med and Real Housewives of Potomac. We're doing a rewatch of last season before the new season starts. You can find me on Twitter at Real Recaps. And I thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And all the awesome comments. I appreciate those too. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.